The RealAgriculture.com Beef School is presented by DuPont Pioneer. To find more Beef School episodes, go to beefschool.ca. Welcome to the Beef School on RealAgriculture.com. I'm Sean Haney. Today we're going to focus on good silage quality. How do we actually get it? So we talked to two farmers that own feed yards in southern Alberta and asked them what are some of the tips and tricks and things that they implement in their silage program to make sure they have high quality silage in their pit.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about the economics and the productivity. So what's the difference between good and great silage there? I know there's a little bit of overlap, but once it's in the pit.
Well, mainly we grow corn because we like the volume that it produces, and it's got higher energy than a lot of the crops we grow for silage. And so we also have a farming component to our business, so we want to get the most productive crop that we're going to grow. And then our cattle seem to start well on corn silage, and I think that's probably our main reason for growing corn for silage.
So economic-wise, put it up in good quality, store it so it stays well in good quality, and in return for that, the economics of your feed efficiency is going to be a lot better on the animal. One of the economics of a poorly put up pile may be 15 to 20% loss, shrinkage over a year's time, and versus a really, really good job might be as low as 5% shrink. Well, that 15% difference, really good to really bad, would equate to $5 to $10 to $12 per ton of silage. Thinking that it takes 2 tons of silage to kind of background and finish an animal, you're talking, it could be as much as $20 per head difference between doing a good job and a bad job without spending any more money.
Is there a common mistake that you see people make, or one that you've had to fight over the years when it comes to silage?
I'm probably the wrong person to be asking about how to grow great silage, because we've made so many mistakes, but I think over the years we've learned that we have to be patient when we're harvesting to get the silage off at the right time, especially corn. I think I've been prone to taking it off too early and having too high a moisture, so we aim for about 65% moisture on our corn, make sure that our kernels harden up nicely. We use a corn processor to crack the kernels, and we need to do a really good job packing it. Sometimes we get a little bit lazy because it's a long day and you want to get home, but and then probably the other thing is as we're using the silage throughout the feeding period, managing our pit well, only uncovering it as we need it, and also keeping our silage face nicely groomed so that we don't have a lot of exposed silage that we're not using.
I think one of the more common ones is stretching it out over a long period of time, not having maybe the adequate equipment or manpower or to get the job done in a timely manner. If you can chop it quickly, chop it to correct length, get in the pile and pack it, put lots of horsepower, lots of pounds on that pile to pack it so the oxygen is out, and the faster you put it up, the better you pack it, and the quicker you cover it afterwards is huge. That along with having the right moisture. So 60 to 65% moisture on a barley silage, 50 to 60% moisture on an alfalfa silage, 65 to 70% on a corn silage is kind of those perfect sort of sweet spots.
Are there any tips or tricks you have to ensure that you get great silage?
Well, we hire custom people to do this, and so the people that we hire, like they set everything up for us. Our nutritionist monitors our silage when it comes in and makes sure that we're doing a good job. Like I said, I'm not an expert on everything, so I don't know if I have great tips, but hire good people. I think that's one of my tips.
inoculant is well worth it. You're putting up a $40, $50, $60 per ton product. To spend another $1 or so on inoculant is well worth it. Research is showing us that. Good covering techniques. Make sure that plastic gets on there quickly and is well covered and pinned down so it doesn't blow off on you. It's no fun spending the money and the effort twice. And one of the tips or tricks we have is find a local hockey team or a high school group that wants to raise funds for something, and you get them out to help you throw tires, because it's not the greatest job, but a bunch of young muscles is a real help on jobs like this.
So you talked a little bit about covering your pit properly. How do you get a good seal on there? How do you cover it? What do you guys do to ensure you get a good seal on the pit?
Our goal is to have our pit covered within 24 hours of us finishing our silage. And it can be a challenge, especially when weather causes issues, especially the wind, trying to get your plastic on it. But we cover it with plastic, put tires on across the whole pit, and that goes a long way of helping your silage stay high quality throughout the feeding period.
Good quality plastic. We've found these bigger rolls that are available now for bigger piles is wonderful. So they're endless, like they're 2,000 or 1,000 feet long. So you just roll off as much as you need, cut it off, put that layer on. And if you're doing a really big pile over a longer period of time, put on a 60-foot strip, cover it good, and keep moving back with your pile so that you don't leave everything for the end, because that's a really big job to do at the end. And then that's where you maybe start cutting corners because you get tired, your crew gets sick of throwing tires. So tires, solid tires around all edges and seams, like solid against each other, and pretty solid, not a lot of space over the whole area. If you need to, tuck down the edges with straw bales. Big straw bales work, but if you can go solid tires, you've got a good job done.
So as you just heard from Leighton and Ryan, there are many things you can do on your farm to ensure that you have high quality silage in your pit. Things like harvest timing, use of inoculants, and a proper sealing of that pit are just some of those things. I want to thank you for joining us here today. You can find more episodes of The Beef School at beefschool.ca.